confusion because of you. Some of my guests were going to Police Gymkhana, but Gul said no. Only if you have it here, I'll come because my nanny is not there. I think हम लोग के साथ वही problems है, चाहे हम stars बन जाए, celebrities बन जाए, घर तो हमको देखना ही है. तो that is what this shows. A woman is not a woman's worst enemy. A woman is a woman's best friend. क्योंकि हम घर के बाहर तभी निकलते हैं जब कोई माँ या कोई नानी या असली की नानी या दादी हमारे बच्चों को देखती है. तो Gul for you.
Thank you, Abha. I agree, women are women's biggest supporters. ये जो पुरुष प्रधान सोच हमारे समाज में प्रचलित है, पेट्रियार्की, उसकी वजह से हमें एक दूसरे से compete करने को सिखाया जाता है. जो default setting है महिलाओं की, वो ये है कि हम एक दूसरे की सहायता करें, हम एक दूसरे को empower करें, हम एक दूसरे को support करें. If you see a group of monkeys, bringing up baby monkeys is a communal effort. If the mother isn't around and the other one is sort of taking out its lice, its sticks, because that's how upbringing was meant to be in primates. We were meant to raise children together as a tribe. However, patriarchy tends to do very different things to us. For starters, it makes us compete for the same lot of eligible men. And that's again something which has been ingrained in us so deeply. Now, I don't claim to have all the answers, but I have been thinking a little bit, and I always like sharing questions that I feel should be asked of the kind of an audience that we have today. I think patriarchy hurts men as much as it hurts women. I'll give you an example. So, while of course patriarchy gives 100% reservation to men, what that means is men don't even have to think about the fact that they actually have to make a choice or that it's something that they have to do. They have the first right in everything. The privilege of patriarchy for men is that they have 100% reservation. And I was happy to hear Majid Saab say there was some talk on the reservation bill for women in parliament. While inherently any kind of reservation is undemocratic, including the kind we've recently seen passed in parliament very quickly, very quickly, without much ado and debate. Well, our hopes rest with people like you. So our hopes rest with people like you in the upper house, sir. The point simply being, in societies that have been as unequal as ours, there is no short-term measure to bridge the gap. And unfortunately, that's why the architects of our constitution chose to introduce the idea of reservation. It was of course meant to be time-bound, and now it is this wonderful thing that no politician wants to get rid of. Coming back to patriarchy, patriarchy tends to damage men equally because it's assumed that the man alone must bear the burden of running the house. If women are empowered, if women are emancipated, they too can share in that burden. It doesn't have to be the man's role alone. So I think the undue burden on a man's life, which is pretty much his whole existence, that he has to provide for the family, he has to make sure he builds the house, he has to make sure the children go to school and college, is placed squarely on his shoulders and is placed in a manner where he begins to think that is his primary duty in life, to provide for the family. When, in an equal society, his wife could also share that burden, and it doesn't have to be just his burden. So, apart from conditioning men into boxes that say men don't cry, or men must alone carry the burden of, say, supporting the family, you place undue pressure on men and put them in boxes that they don't need to be in. Nobody needs to be in a box, because society is about coming together of individuals. If we all had to be the same, then we might as well have been born animals. The last thing I'd like to say before I sort of give the mic back to Abhaji is that I think it's women like Abha who really must be appreciated and lauded, because having had successful careers, they've still chosen to pursue the path less taken. And when they've done that, they've actually made it easier for so many other women. Because, as we said earlier, women are women's biggest supporters. When you see someone like an Abha do this, you say that, okay, maybe I can also give it a shot. Maybe I can't do as much as Abha did. Maybe I can make a small beginning. Which is why when people like Abha go out there and blaze a path that no one has taken before, you actually encourage, empower, and and emancipate so many other women to make that choice, because for so many people, making that choice is a luxury they don't have. Because choice is something in our society that's pretty much the bastion and the right of, part of male privilege. A woman doesn't get to choose what she does earlier. Before she's married off, her father controls her destiny, then her husband controls her destiny, and then, sadly, even her son. It's changing, but the percentage in which that changes happen is very, very small compared to the amount and quantum of change that still needs to be brought about. So I'd just like to take this opportunity to really, 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 bow my head down to you, Abha, because it's people like you that give everybody courage. Because if you can do this, I think it's an opportunity.
I feel I'm too passionate about my women. The moment a girl or a woman comes to my office, I said, the world will end, but you will get justice, and I'll fight.
And I think that's the spirit. When someone like her does this, you understand that it is possible, that we all can take that little extra leap, maybe not the kind of leaps she's taken, but take a little extra leap above and beyond our comfort zone to try and do something for people perhaps who don't have the privilege we have because of accident of birth. An accident of birth is probably a conversation for another topic, but we all are where we are today because of accident of birth. Let's not forget that. So let's pass that privilege on to somebody else by empowering them. And let's not forget that where we are not because it's a level playing field, it's not because everybody has equal access to opportunity, it's because we're born into the families we are because of accident of birth. Thank you for listening.